Hello, welcome to Stronger by the Day, episode 18. So yesterday, we're going to talk about how to manage back pain, how to live with back pain, how to train with back pain, something that a lot of people suffer from on a day-to-day basis. And what I ended up doing is covering the two main causes, or the two main training variables that causes problem for most people, especially in powerlifting or people who just use strength training in their day-to-day life, day-to-day existence. And if you watch the video back, the answers, the main variables were not having good technique, as in not having good postural alignment, and not programming their load, or not increasing their load in a more conservative or more logical manner, just like ramping it up. For the common example, I used the article today, and used yesterday, is like going from a single day a week program, like 5-3-1 for squat, and then jumping on a 4-day a week program. That's just an overload cycle, like small up base cycle. So those are the two examples we covered yesterday. So the main things in this video, we're going to assume that you've either just hurt your back for the first time, you've had an acute flare-up of lower back pain, or you struggle on a fairly regular basis with back pain, something you deal with on a regular basis. How to reintroduce training, how to go around working about it when you come back. The first thing you need to do is you need to settle down the back pain. You can't do anything else outside of that. If you're still in pain from day-to-day life as you're getting up, walking around, moving around, if that's acutely painful, and you don't have to be completely pain-free, but if it's, for instance, putting your socks on in the morning or putting your shoes on in the morning, getting up out of bed, you're incredibly stiff, incredibly sore. Maybe it eases off during the day, but walking sore, sitting down, getting up sore. General day-to-day activities are on the pain scale, 0 being no pain, 10 being the worst pain you've ever experienced. If you're getting like 4 to 5 or upwards of that through day-to-day activity, then your first protocol is to settle down the pain. You can still train in the gym, but whatever you do in the gym can't affect that. So, for example, you can do leg extension, leg curl, no problem. You might be able to do some leg press, potentially, although you have to stop your back coming up, or any flexion of the back's a no-go. You do bench press, feet up bench press, bench row if you have one, dumbbells if you have something to help you with them might be an option. And all machines are an option, pull downs, chest presses, basically anything where your core, your trunk is stable and you're not loading through the spine directly. You can maybe load through the spine if you're lying down, or potentially if you're seated. But like seated overhead press, stuff like that might be a no-go, it depends. If you're sitting against like an upright bench and you're braced against it, you might be able to get away with it. But basically you train around it pain-free. And you also try to alleviate the pain on a day-to-day basis. So that comes in the form of taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatories or NSAIDs, so things like ibuprofen, to help settle down inflammation, settle down pain. You can get maybe heavier duty anti-inflammatories, such as Codamol, off your doctor. If you have access to that, it can help depending on how severe the back pain is. Moving is good. Bed rest is amongst the worst things you can do for your back. So even if your back is painful, getting up and moving in day-to-day activity is going to be a good thing to do. It's going to help settle it down. It's going to help reintroduce the movement. It's going to decrease recovery time. It's going to mean you recover quicker. So on top of taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, anti-inflams, day-to-day activities, things like decompression, hanging off the pull-up bar. There are like the space boots or the inversion tables can help decompress the spine. Those things can help. Massage can help. Foam rolling can help alleviate acutely. Basically, you're just trying to treat the symptoms and help it recover. Also making sure you have like a high protein diet. You're eating at least maintenance. So your body has the fuel and the protein and amino acids to help the recovery process. So your diet's on point, your hydration's good. And then you're staying active. You're not stopping going to the gym. You're working around it in the gym. So maybe if you have a 5-day-a-week program, where you do lower body 2 times a week, maybe you just go to 3 times a week upper body. Or if you have like an upper lower split, maybe you go to 3 times a week upper body, or 4 times a week upper body, or you go to an upper body, or you go to like a body part split, bodybuilding body part split, and you put in things like leg extensions, leg curls to keep the leg muscles active to stop them atrophying. And then also things like water is incredibly good treatment for back pain, so like warm baths are very effective, spas more so effective, being in the pool, swimming, even just being in the water is good to unload it. These are all strategies you can use to help alleviate the back pain on a day-to-day basis, and it will help. It will help you get on top of the symptoms to the point where you may be you're still a bit stiff, still a bit sore, but it's more or less gone from day-to-day activity. Maybe you're now like a 1 to 3 on the pain scale when doing things like putting your socks on or whatever. When you get to, when it gets settled down with the spasm or if there's any spasm, you have to get rid of the spasm. But when the spasm's gone and there's maybe a little bit of inflammation, maybe you're still a little bit sore, then you can reintroduce your lifts. So what we do when we reintroduce the lifts, the first thing that you ensure spinal integrity over everything else. So when I say spinal integrity, that means this position. You would never go in that position. So if you normally squat to depth, and squatting to depth causes you to butt wink, box squat, front squat to a box, back squat to a box, goblet squat. And eliminate the depth, eliminate you coming into flexion entirely from your program. Deadlift, if you don't have good deadlift technique, if you normally round from the floor on the deadlift, then one, you just make it light enough so that you can't round or you do it off the block where it's easier to get a good back position. So you have to have good spinal alignment when you come back to training. It's a non-negotiable. You have to keep that through the rest of your training block forever. You have to emphasize spinal integrity over everything else. So that's the first thing. You have to maintain spinal integrity when you're reintroducing the lifts. So that, number one, that means emphasizing that when you're doing your form. If you have a coach giving the hammer you, take video, watch yourself back. That means that might mean modifying exercises, like maybe you do goblet squat instead of squat, because maybe you just can't squat to a good range. Maybe you do front squat instead of back squat, because you can't hold a good position. Or maybe you do box squat, because you can't hold a good position. Basically, choose a variation you can load safely. A variation either you can think about and alter, so if you concentrate you can hold good technique, or maybe it gets to the point where you choose a variation where it's possible for you to get it wrong. So like a high box squat, for example, for a squat is a good option. Then what you do is you introduce it arbitrarily. Okay? So a lot of people will be tempted to go by feel when they reintroduce their lifts. That is an error. Because what you'll do is, when you go by feel, first session, say for example you can full squat, that's a tick. You can full squat with a bar with a good back position, you come back to squat, brilliant, tick. 60, you can do that, tick. 80, you can do that, tick. 100, fuck, that was too much. And you set yourself back a week, 2 weeks. So what you'll do is just flare up the old injury, flare up the old tissue damage, the old injury, because it's not prepared, it's not ready to be loaded. So you arbitrarily increase your lift. So I personally use a 2 to 3 time a week protocol, and I would normally 3 times a week. So let's say for a back flare up, I would do it week 1. Let's say it was me coming back. So my working weights for squat are about 220 to 260. My working weights for deadlift are about 220 to 260 as well, maybe 270. So what I would do is day 1, I would do zombie squat, I would do overhead squat, I would do back squat, I would film it, see how it looked, maybe goblet squat. Based off that, I would choose a progression. So let's say my movement's not good below parallel, box squat, choose that. Then I'll deadlift from the floor and see, okay, maybe that's not so good. I'll do RDL for the first week. So for the first 2 weeks, I'm going to box squat, I'm going to RDL. And what I'll do is, the first day, I'll go up to 50%. So for me, that would mean I would go to 100 kilos on the box squat, or 50% of working weight. So maybe 100 kilos, 110 kilos. RDL, probably at the minute would be 60 to 70 kilos. And I would do 3 sets of 10, and that would be it. Maybe do some leg extension, leg curl, and then the next, like Wednesday, maybe go up to 55, 60%. So maybe you go up to like 120, 130, keep it at 10. And do that, just add an arbitrary amount, 5%, 10 kilos, until you're up towards working weights at those safe exercises, those safe variations. And then what we might do is, say I'm up to like 75, 80% for the box squat, and I'm up to the same for the RDL. Maybe the next 2 weeks, maybe what we do is we go back to squat, but we bring it back down to 60%. Go to deadlift, we bring that down to 50%. And we start the same process, maybe with lesser reps, because it's more technically complex movements. And then from there, maybe we go to 5s, maybe it's 3 sets of 5, 3 days a week, until we're back shifting 75 to 85% weights on at least 2 times a week, maybe 3 times a week. Maybe the volumes are lower, the training volumes, but we're at a place where we can handle maybe 75 to 80%, maybe 80% for 3 threes twice in the week for both exercises. Once we're back there, then we're back at full health, and we're going to go back. We're going to start a volume phase, volume block, 4-week volume block. I'm going to build up my training tolerance, and then I'll come back in. So we'll do a physical preparation, a work capacity block for 4 weeks, and then once we've done that, so we take a step down in the intensity, put the volume up, and then after that, then we go back to normal training. But we never lose sight of keeping spinal integrity. It's an important thing. If you excuse me, it's not going to bench itself. Thank you very much for joining us for Stronger by the Day, episode 18. If you've enjoyed this content, find it useful, please come in with a like, give me a comment in the comment section below. If you're on YouTube, please like and subscribe. I'll see you next Monday for Stronger by the Day 19. If you have any comments or any questions you'd like to see me cover, please leave a comment below or send me an email, speedpowerperformance@gmail.com. Please check out www.yourstrongmachinery.com to get the program. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Mark. I'll see you Monday. Thank you very much.